This is McKenzie Shurilla. She's 17 and was found guilty of causing a car accident that killed her boyfriend and a friend.
McKenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
This wasn't reckless driving, it was murder. Her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, and her friend, Don Flanagan, were in the car when she slammed into the side of a commercial building outside Cleveland at 100 miles per hour. Both guys died at the scene, and Shurilla survived. Prosecutors said the teenager had mental health issues. Cheryl had been making violent threats against her boyfriend for
Threatens property? She threatened to break into his house?
Correct.
It was rumored that she intentionally wrecked her car because she wanted to kill her boyfriend, and her friend was just collateral damage. The prosecutor said her intent was crystal clear. When you watched that video, it was obvious she had one goal.
Her driving very calmly and making the right turn, and then all evidence indicates she immediately put the pedal to the metal and drove straight into a building at 100 miles per hour. I think those really demonstrated to us that this was no accident.
A few days before the crash, it was said he had picked that same route to plan the crime. Now the judge is finding him guilty.
Count one. Finds defendant McKenzie Shurilla guilty of murder. To win Dominic.
Now he has to stand there while they put the handcuffs on him, still crying.
Count two. Finds defendant McKenzie Shurilla guilty of murder. To win Flanagan.
Now he has a moment too. Before, a sentence was handed down.
I'm not a savior. I'm so deeply sorry. I hope one day you can see I would never let this happen or do it on purpose. I wish I could remember what happened. I'm just so sorry. I'm heartbroken.
There was no medical condition that caused this as an accident. There was no mechanical failure of the car. A failed suicide attempt is not a defense to murder. There's a very good likelihood, McKenzie, that you will spend the rest of your life in prison. She's sentenced on count one, 15 years to life. Count two, 15 years to life, to be served concurrent to each other.
For the first charge, it's 15 years to life, and for the second charge, it's also 15 years to life. They're being sentenced at the same time. The judge gave him 15 years to life. This is Aiden Fuji, who confessed in court to killing his classmate when he was just 14.
Having fun in a cop car. Yep.
Fuji was classmates with a 13-year-old girl from Patriot Oaks Academy in St. Johns County, Florida. He stabbed her 114 times, and her body was later found in the woods. After Fuji was arrested, you can see him in the backseat of the police car taking a Snapchat. Now this video, Fuji and his parents said in the interrogation room,
Snapchat you did, his numbers,
all over the internet everywhere. This is seriously.
it's very serious.
This isn't a joke. This is your whole life. Your whole life. Yours.
There's a video showing that Fuji and the girl were apparently walking together right before she got killed. After about 90 minutes, the video shows Fuji apparently running away from the area where the body was found.
114 stab wounds, 49 defensive wounds, 35 wounds to the head and neck, 29 to the back and shoulder, and 6 fatal wounds.
After Fuji confessed to first-degree murder, the judge is now ready to issue the sentence.
Having entered a plea of guilty to the crime of first-degree murder, I sentence you to life in prison. Because of your age, you are eligible for review of the sentence in 25 years.
Once the sentence was handed down, Fuji stood there motionless. These are Willard Miller and Jeremy Goodale, and at just 16 years old, both have been charged with killing their Spanish teacher. They say this happened because we got a bad grade.
And moved her off of the trail, where I then struck her, and she died as a result.
Miller and Goodale were going to Fairfield High School in southeast Iowa. Noma Graber was the Spanish teacher there, and Miller was one of her students. After he got a bad grade from Graber, he and his friend Goodale plotted to kill her.
We discussed a general plan. I would stand out here and look out, wait for Mr. to show up.
She would go for her usual walk at Shadow Vaca Park, and the boys knew that. They chased him down and waited to jump him.
Here she comes, and she walked by and hit her in the back of the head, and then I said, "Oh shit, make sure she's dead." So we hit her a couple more times.
After that, we dragged his body into the woods and I smashed his head with a baseball bat to finish the job.
What was the plan after that? There wasn't really a plan beyond that. Like, hide the body, bury the body, save the body. At that time, we were going to hide the body. I guess in our arrogance, kind of assumed that nobody could find her.
One of the Snapchat messages said, "From your perspective, you're my Spanish teacher, and this is the last thing you'll see," and then it added, "It's time to hide a body." Jeremy Goodale later confessed and testified against his best friend Miller.
Understood that he had the intent to kill Mrs. Graber.
What is your plea to murder in the first degree, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
I've had time to think on what to say, and I'm sorry, truly sorry. Every day I wish I could go back and stop myself. I can't comprehend losing a loved one in such an awful way.
Now the judge is about to hand down the sentence.
The defendants shall be sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 25 years.
I'd like to take this opportunity to wholeheartedly accept responsibility for the role that I've played in the murder of a human graver. To the family, I'm sincerely sorry for the distress that I've caused you and the devastation, and I ask that I'm given a chance, and I don't want to be institutionalized. I don't want to be in so long that I forget about what matters, where I come from, and I look forward to getting through this.
Now the judge has a few final words.
The defendant, Willard Noble Chayton Miller, should be sentenced to life with the possibility of parole after 35 years.
It seems like Miller, totally unfazed, Rachel Shaka and Sheila Eddy are in court today for the murder of their friend. When they were just 16,
their scheme was to hide knives on their bodies and to attack Skylar at an agreed-upon moment.
Shaka and Eddy were friends with 16-year-old Skylar. It's said that Shaka and Eddy decided they no longer wanted to be friends with Skylar, so they planned to kill her.
Sheila Eddy and Rachel Shove carried out that plan. Together they stabbed and killed Skylar.
After Shaw confessed, both teens were arrested. Shaw agreed to plead guilty to second-degree murder to cooperate with the case.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if there's a proper way to make this apology because there are not even words to describe the guilt and remorse that I feel each day for what I've done. I hurt Denise's family and those who love Skylar. I hurt my parents and shamed my family. May God bring eternal peace to Skylar and the entire Nice family.
Rachel Shove, it is the sentence of the court that you be imprisoned in the West Virginia State Penitentiary for a period of 30 years.
I hope God grants Skylar and the Nye family eternal peace.
It is the sentence of the court that you be imprisoned in the West Virginia State Penitentiary for the rest of your natural life. That sentence is technically with mercy, which makes you eligible for parole after you have served 15 years.